Hey boys and girls, it's Dice back again. We're gonna tear into this pack and talk about the cards as usual. Alright, what have we got here? First one, Hunted Witness. This card practically exists already. This is Doomed Traveler, except the token has lifelink. So it's slightly better. That's a surprise. Printing a common card that's better than a previous common card. That almost never happens these days. Let's see. Unexplained disappearances. Or disappearance. It's an unsummon with Surveil 1. That makes sense. I don't know if 2 mana is the best amount to play for an unsummon. Usually they don't get played at all, honestly. It's not very efficient if you're not going card for card. Generous Stray. What is this? 3 mana, 1/2. When it enters, draw a card. And it's a cat. I don't see why they made this card. I think they've had cards like this before where that's like a 1/1 for 2, so a 1/2 for 3 seems a little under par. I don't know. I feel they probably just made it because it's a cat. Like, I think that's something they would do these days. They just come up with something like, what if we made a card that's a cat, and it killed something and brought it to its owner, and then it made it into the set somehow. Next one. Oh, what is this? Is this an actual Golgari card? 2 mana. Is an additional cost. Sacrifice a creature. You gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Destroy target creature an opponent controls. Okay, so basically it's Bone Splinters plus a little bonus for this 1 more mana. I don't think Bone Splinters has ever been an especially powerful card. I don't see how doubling the mana cost is going to make it any better. 2 for 1ing yourself usually isn't desirable. Devious Cover-Up. Counter target spell. It's a 4 mana counter spell. That spell is countered this way. Exile it. Blah blah blah. You may shuffle up to 4 target cards from your graveyard into your library. So it's basically just cancel, but with a couple of very small bonuses, which for some reason add up to an extra mana cost. I don't think they should, really. Cancel's like a card you play when you don't have anything else. I think if this was costed like cancel, it might actually be worth playing as a good card. But here we are. 2018 Magic, where everything is made for limited if it's under rare. Erstwhile Trooper. What is this? 3 mana, 2/2. Discard a creature card. It gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. Oh wow. That is a really bad Putrid Leech. We had bad Putrid Leech the last time I opened a pack, but that's double bad Putrid Leech. Okay, whatever. Another 3 mana 2/2 with flying and haste. At least that makes sense. Flying usually adds a cost to, or adds 1 to the cost if you're doing a creature like this. So a 2/2 as a bear plus flying and haste, that's fairly efficient. Whisper Agent. Let's see, 3 mana, 3/2, flash. When it enters the battlefield, surveil 1. And that seems decent. I mean, there's not much, I can't think of much places I'd use this, but there's nothing wrong with it. Candlelight Vigil, this looks like junk. 4 mana, enchanted creature gets +3, +2, and has vigilance. Yeah, enchantments usually aren't so good. No good. Sonic Assault. Tap target creature. Sonic Assault deals 2 damage to that creature's controller. For 3 mana? That doesn't seem so good. Why is burn so bad these days? And Jumpstart. I realize Jumpstart is just bad flashback. That sucks. It's literally just flashback with a specific cost. So it's less flexible, but it does the same thing, the exact same thing. It even exiles it. So it's just flashback. Why don't you just bring back flashback and have discard a card as an additional cost? This is one of the things that grinds my gears, is that they keep making the same mechanics that they already have, but they limit them. And they say, oh, it's a new mechanic. It's not a new mechanic. It's like with the Amonkhet things, the split cards they had there. What were those if not just a split card where one had flashback instead of an actual cost? That's all it really was. You could have done that with flashback in the normal split card, but they wanted to make it special. Okay. Hey, this actually has a decent power toughness ratio. 3/2 for 2 with reach. That's neither here nor there, but Undergrowth, let's see. When it enters the battlefield, choose up to 1 target creature with flying you don't control. It gets, or this guy gets +X +0 until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures. Blah blah blah, and you can have it fight that creature. Man, that is a wordy ability. Good lord. I feel like there could have been some streamlining going on there. Yeah, well, other than that, it seems to work okay. I mean, it's basically removal. It's gonna die with 2 toughness. It's basically just flying removal that can double as a creature if your opponent doesn't have flying, I guess. We Dragonauts, an oldie. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about this that hasn't been said. It's been around for a while. They're actually reprinting things, surprisingly. Funny how that, when they were, using the whole model where they had two blocks a year, and they were like, oh, hey, we're going to take out core sets. That means we're going to have to reprint more stuff in the normal sets. Funny how they didn't reprint anything. Isn't that funny? But then when they go out of it, when they go back to the old way, they're reprinting things. Wonderful. Glad to see you learned your lesson, Wizards, after you decided to not learn your lesson. Let's see, Pilfering Imp. 1/1 for 1 flying. 2 mana, tap and sacrifice. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. The player discards that card. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. Okay. He would actually make a pretty good aggro control card, I guess. He's got evasion. He's small. He can be used as basically a discard spell. Targeted discard, in fact. I like this guy. What have we got here? Camaraderie. 6 mana, sorcery. You main X life and draw X cards, where X is the number of creatures you control. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. So it's a commander card, basically. 6 mana means it's not likely to see much play. I was gonna say, well, unless you have Convoke. Well, it doesn't have Convoke, does it? So, yeah, if you've got... It's based on the number of creatures you control, so that means you need to have quite a number of creatures for it to be useful. So, if you have that many creatures, why aren't you winning as it is? So, yeah, it's basically win more, as Selesnya tends to be, especially with Convoke. This is all just win more stuff. And just +1/+1, that's all you get. I could see maybe if like they got a counter. I mean, I don't know. This just seems like it's trying to do too many things at once. I'm sure somebody's going to put it in a standard deck where the power level is so low it doesn't even matter and win something. But that's not saying much, really. And the Guildgate and the Bird. Bird Illusion. Why not just a bird? Why do we have to have bird illusions? I mean, it doesn't have anything illusory about it. It doesn't have the typical, if it's targeted, sack it or anything like that. Why can't it just be a bird? It seems more beneficial to just have a standard bird. I don't know. I don't even know what this is for. What card goes with that? Alright, let's find ourselves a fixer-upper. Witness, that one's actually alright. Explain disappearances. In my experience, the way to actually make cards with like this useful to some extent is to actually switch from return it to the hand to put it on top of the library. That basically is the same flavor and the same, the same general effect, but it doesn't screw you over with card advantage, at least. You still have to deal with the creature in the long term, but at the very least, you're not screwing yourself by losing a card while getting only a slight tempo advantage in return. I think if they did that, this would actually be a useful card here. I don't know if they're willing to go that far, though. I mean, blue never gets good creature removal, ever. I can't think of any time blue has ever had good creature removal. So, you know, it's their standard operating procedure, you know. Nothing can be good. Everything must suck. Blue can't have good creature removal. Blue can only have counter spells, and only blue can have counter spells. Other colors can't have counter spells. Especially good counter spells. Yeah, there's a couple off blue counter spells out there, but they suck. They're not even worth playing in their own colors. If you have like a monocolored deck, you have better things to do than counter things with non-blue colors. In fact, counter spells are so weak these days, blue barely even gets them. Okay. That's all I've got for this video. So, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and leave a feedback, like a comment and a like, and I'll see you guys next time.